Hello, speech class. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the 4 types of speeches: intro, effective delivery, informative, and persuasive. I'm going to be talking to you like what it means, how long, the guidelines behind them, and pretty much anything to do with them. First off, the speeches and speech communications are the most points out of anything else. So if you don't do the 4 speeches, you're pretty much going to fail. There's no way you're not going to fail. Anyways, out of the 4 speeches, I feel the easiest is the first one, the intro. Intro is pretty much you're going to talk about yourself. Most people get like a memento of their own. Like I had my controller to my video game, and I talked about it, how it helped me in my life. Other people in our class talked about medals they won in races. I think Solange talked about her book and how the book defines herself. And other people talk about their track shoes or their cleats for playing sports, which I thought was really interesting to see how that influenced their life so much. The next thing is effective delivery. Effective delivery is you get a piece of art, such as a poem, a song, and it's really based on the non-verbal communications, such as eye contact, hand gestures, and pretty much anything else, like the tone of your voice, how loud you talk, the way you talk, everything that has to do with that is what it's based on. And the hardest thing there was, I'm pretty sure everyone picked a song or poetry, and it's really hard not to break into song or to get into a rhythm. You have to talk like normally. You can't talk as in like a song, because you're trying to say effectively. People might not catch on to what you're saying, and it's really hard not to do that. That was one of the hard. I had to do like 6 takes to get it like perfect on mine. Next is the informative speech. That's the speech I'm doing right now. I feel like the informative speech is the hardest speech because it's not based on. It's based on like nonverbal communication, the way you present, effective delivery, and all that mumbo jumbo. But I feel it's the hardest because it's based on the information, and if you cannot present the information the best way you can, and the speaker doesn't, or the audience doesn't get what you're trying to portray the information as, then your whole argument collapses on itself and you're just going to fail it. I feel the topic I chose is one of the hardest because there's not much information on it, and you can't really prepare for that. You just gotta memorize what you wrote down and all the examples you have. The final speech you do is the persuasive speech. This speech is probably one of the hardest speeches because I've never met the teacher, the instructor. So I don't know what she likes. I don't know how to persuade her. I don't know what she's going to think of my topic or what I'm trying to persuade her of. And if I'm not good at persuading people, if I have bad people skills, if I'm just terrible in general, I don't know how well I'm going to do. And the thing is, it's easier if you know the person, because you know the person's interests. As if I'm talking to like Obama, I'll talk about like abortion. I'm going to be non-pro-abortion because Obama's not pro-abortion. He's pro-life. Or he's pro-choice. Either one. It doesn't matter. If I talk about how I love abortion and the guy's pro-life, then I just lost the argument there because his beliefs are not my beliefs, and it's harder for him to pick up what I'm throwing down. So, in conclusion, the first 2, the effective delivery and the intro, both have to be 2 to 3 minutes, which is not that hard. It's not that long, and I feel it's a brief synopsis of whatever you're trying to explain. As in, you're explaining yourself in intro, and you're just reading a piece of poetry for the effective delivery. Then, for informative and persuasive, they're both 5 to 6 minutes, which is a little bit longer. It's almost double. But it's harder because the information you have to portray is a lot more diverse, and to persuade someone that you've never met is really, really difficult. Finally, if you do not turn in your speech, you will get a 0. And getting a 0 on a speech, the first speech you get 0 on, it's going to drop you down to like an 85. like overall. Speeches are worth that much. And the more speeches you miss, the lower grade is going to be. And you need to maintain, I think, a D to pass. C in Gordon Rule classes. So, good luck if you don't turn in your speeches.